What's up, guys? My name is Christian from Prime Health Management, and today we are shooting on location at the beautiful Boca Raton Innovation Campus down here in beautiful Boca Raton, Florida. Today I wanted to go over a few different exercises that you can do while using the back extension machine. Now, before we get into the exercises, I just want to briefly explain a few different key factors when it comes to form and setup. So, first thing that you want to make sure of is that the pads are in the appropriate position. When you get into it, you want to make sure the pads are just below your hip bone, just below. So when you hinge over, you're not getting any restriction. If the pad is too high, you're going to miss out and you're not going to be able to hinge properly. If the pads are too low, then that can put a little bit too much strain on your low back. So that's number one. Number two, we want to make sure the leg pads, your calves are firmly kind of pushed into those leg pads. So we don't want them down here. We want to get them up there. So you're pretty much locked in. Number three is going to be the actual hinge or back extension part. Now, I see a lot of people, unfortunately, when they do this exercise, all the movement is coming from that upper back. See how I'm rounding my back right here? All right, that's what we don't want. We want to make sure your stomach is tight, abs are tight, and your back is relatively straight. All that movement, like I said before, is coming right here at the hip bone, at the hip joint. All right, so this is your basic hinge. We're hinging over, keeping your upper back relatively straight. So again, we don't want this. There's a big difference between that and this right here. All right, so now that we got the form out of the way, take a look at the different exercises that you can do. So what exactly does this machine do? This machine strengthens the muscles associated with flexing and extending your spine, as well as moving your spine laterally or side to side. The key muscle groups being worked are primarily your erector spinae, or lower back muscles, and glutes. All important muscle groups to help build a strong lower back and promote good posture. If you find yourself sitting and slouched over for most of the day, I would definitely try and incorporate this movement within your workouts. By raising your arms over your head, not only are you making the traditional back extension slightly more challenging, but you're also probably working on some much needed scapular stability. Do your best to keep those thumbs pointing up towards the ceiling to place the most amount of tension on your shoulders. Pull your arms into your body to create a W for a little bit of rest while in between reps. If you feel that you've mastered the hip extension and you want to increase the tension on your back muscles, grab a 25 or 45 pound weight and let it hang in front of you. Quick side note, always keep constant tension within your shoulder blades for an added benefit. Notice that I'm not letting the weight of the plate pull around my shoulders forward. By keeping the shoulders pulled back, it will also ensure your upper back doesn't round during the movement. If you have access to any type of band, this is a great way to add some added resistance to your back extension. The reason I prefer using the band versus the plate is that while you are in full flexion, a vulnerable position for your lower back, there is almost no added tension to the movement. However, the farther you start to go into extension, which is generally a safer position for your lower back, the more resistance is being added. Be cautious while performing this next exercise, the single leg back extension. Because of the amount of tension placed within the one working hamstring, make sure your legs are adequately warmed up before trying this. Same rules apply while hinging over, but this time you'll be working each leg individually if you have muscular imbalances, or if you just want to simply add some variation to your workouts. You can also perform what's called a glute ham raise from this machine as well. When done correctly, this exercise not only hits the back and glutes, but more specifically, it also targets the hamstring muscles. Notice that once I come into full extension, I push my knees forward to initiate my hamstring muscles to bring me back a few more degrees. Now, where you'll really feel those hamstrings fire up is the lowering or eccentric motion of the movement. Remember, slow and steady are key here. Don't rush this movement. I wanted to throw in a bonus exercise, and this one's going to be specific to the oblique muscles. Lie sideways in the machine and stack your feet one in front of the other. Be mindful of your lumbar and be careful not to flex or extend too far laterally in either direction. All right, guys, that's gonna conclude today's video. I hope that you found it helpful. And again, thank you for tuning in to my channel. If you wanna find out more information about what Prime Health Management can offer your residential community or corporate office building, please feel free to drop me an email at primehealthmanagement@gmail.com, and I'll be more than happy to get back to you. Until next time, guys, have a great day. Take care.